Now, needless to say, David Ayer's Suicide Squad achieving the box office success that it did is still impressive to this day, given most of the negativity that surrounded its reception. What we know is that David Ayer was hired on to direct the film, and that there was an amazing cast. Jared Leto's casting as Joker and Margot Robbie's casting as Harley was an exciting move, as both stars were seemingly at the height of their respective careers, with Margot seeing high success after The Wolf of Wall Street and Jared Leto winning an Oscar a few years prior. Will Smith and Viola Davis's involvement only furthered the hype, as well as the confirmation that characters like Killer Croc and Katana would all be involved in the film as well. There was more than enough reason for us to be excited. After having seen Batman Assault on Arkham and reading portions of the New 52 Suicide Squad Volume 1, Suicide Squad at the time was admittedly the film I looked forward to most, especially with the Comic-Con trailer giving us a dark, gritty look at these iconic DC characters. With that all said, please remember to hashtag release the Ayer cut. What follows and what ended up happening in 2016 is vague in some ways and evident in others. For starters, we know that Suicide Squad underwent heavy reshoots and that David Ayer's film that was shot was injected with more humor, or what I like to call jiggity funkity bubbly gumbo reshoots. So many seem to like to discredit David Ayer as a filmmaker because of their thoughts on Suicide Squad as a movie, but it seems that many seem to forget that this is the guy that wrote the script for Training Day, gave us the movie In the Watch and Fury, and even the movie Bright, much to my delight. But anyways, David Ayer and the Suicide Squad underwent a lot of reshoots, and it is clear that the final product is a product of reshoots and perhaps only an inkling of what David originally intended. As I always say, I still enjoy the movie a great deal due to the fact that the cast mostly carried the film in spite of the circumstances surrounding the movie. There were many rumors that were thrown our direction, like David only having 6 weeks to write the movie, Jared Leto's Joker scenes being massively cut down, David Ayer being locked out of an editing room, and him initially wanting the movie to be rated R. Given who was in charge of WB at the time, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this is true, especially given some of the things that most of us know now. But with Suicide Squad's impressive success, it meant that many things would follow, and that unfortunately for us, many changes would be made in the years that followed 2016. Now, initially, the only thing we heard was that Suicide Squad 2 would be a thing, and that David Ayer would go on to do Gotham City Sirens. In 2017, Ayer only furthered this speculation when he tweeted out an image of Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask. Then came the surprise announcement that Suicide Squad 2 was shoot in the fall of 2018, after Joel Kinnaman, the Kentucky Fried Chicken eating red flag, shot a pic earlier in the year with El Diablo and Captain Boomerang. Excitement rose reasonably when, after a round of rumors, Gavin O'Connor was announced to be the director of Suicide Squad 2 and apparently was ready to take a more grounded approach with the squad. This to me was very exciting. Gavin O'Connor's prior two films, The Accountant and Warrior, are both really entertaining films, and I thought he was the perfect choice to helm the sequel. But suddenly, things changed. Now, regardless of how you feel about Suicide Squad, good or bad, most will agree that Harley Quinn is played well and fantastic even by Margot Robbie. With her popularity soaring after Suicide Squad released in theaters, it was no surprise that spin-offs revolving primarily around her character were announced. However, once we learned that Harley's first spin-off, then titled The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, was set for release in 2020, we unfortunately learned that, among other bizarre choices, that Gavin O'Connor sadly would no longer helm the Suicide Squad sequel. Even more bizarre is that the reason most commonly quoted is that Gavin O'Connor's script was too similar to what Margot pitched for Birds of Prey. I've seen some people say that Margot quote-unquote stole the story and tweaked it to make it her own, and vice versa, but nonetheless, Birds of Prey was fast-tracked and released this year. Gavin O'Connor was gone. Now, this still left Suicide Squad 2 without a director. However, Birds of Prey was still in full swing with first-time director Kathy Yan, and was granted an R rating, which, after Joker, was initially seen as another win for Bitch Brothers. I meant to say Warner Brothers. Then finally, after more rumors, we finally learned that James Gunn was granted the director's chair after he revealed on Instagram that he almost got to do a Superman film. Birds of Prey released just last month, and it did do somewhat better critically, but somehow struggled financially, only recently grossing $200 million. Margot Robbie was again great as Harley Quinn, and the additions of Black Canary and Huntress were welcome. I doubt this affects WB's plans for R-rated comic book films going forward. After all, they just got an Oscar off of a billion-dollar Joker movie. But it will be interesting to see what spin-offs they do following Birds of Prey not doing as well as the Suicide Squad movie, especially with Harley leading the way. David Ayer has said that Gotham City Sirens for now is on pause, and with WB forever changing their plans in the DC movie world, I really don't blame them. With James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, honestly, brothers and sisters, I personally just don't care and am nowhere near as eager as I was with the first film. Even with Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman, and the return of Captain Boomerang, I really just don't care right now. It just doesn't ooze excitement the same way the 2016 movie did. It is interesting learning that of the many choices WB had, they chose James Gunn after the outing of his disturbing, bizarre, and disgusting tweet history was brought to light. I suspect and predict that critics will somehow find a way to be kinder and even laud James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, even if we, the audience, won't, because we all know how they like to get down typically. With Jared Leto's sole Joker appearance being in the 2016 movie, and no clue as to when and if we'll see Will Smith return as Deadshot, as well as if we'll even see the other spin-offs like the Joker Harley film or the Gotham City Sirens movie now that Birds of Prey didn't do astounding numbers. It is safe to say that the Suicide Squad movie franchise started with a lot of promise, but has been through some dark alleyways and caves to get to where it is now. We truly went from Suicide Squad, Gotham City Sirens, Suicide Squad 2, the Harley Joker spin-offs, as well as a rumored Deadshot movie, to only ending up with Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and now The Suicide Squad, which most likely isn't even a sequel. These are just some of the trials and tribulations of the Suicide Squad movie franchise thus far, aside from Slipknot's explosive cameo and Katana, played gracefully by Karen Fukuhara, having reduced screen time as well, and not being seen in a DC film since. I hope at the very least David gets another shot, whether that's with Gotham City Sirens or the Ayer cut, which he has basically confirmed exists, or ideally both, because these are nice things I personally wouldn't mind seeing.
Tables turn, lesson learned, my best look. You jump sides on me, now you about to meet Westbrook. Go celebrate with your team and let victory vouch you. Just know the next game played, I might slap the shit out you.